Hey guys, so today I wanted to cover some of the booster box sets that I think are primed to make a move, especially ones from Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield. And we're not going to look at all of them, but we're going to look at some of them. So, a couple months ago, I actually made a video like this when I probably had like 100 subscribers on the channel, so a lot of you won't remember this. But in that video, I talked about why I thought Evolving Skies loose packs were undervalued and why I thought things like Divergent Powers tins were a good buy, like the quick ball tins I covered in that video, which, in retrospect, those were an unreal deal. You could get, you basically all in, you were 1784 Canadian, and you got one pack of Evolving Skies, one pack of Chilling Reign, and one pack of Fusion Strike. It was just a no-brainer play. But those were on the Pokemon Center. Same with the Divergent Power tins. Those are sold out now. But today we're going to revisit a lot of what I talked about in that video and look at updated data. So for those of you who didn't watch the video, basically what we're doing is we're taking the price of a booster box and we're dividing by 36 to get the price of a pack inside a booster box. Then we're looking at the single pack loose price, basically the price of a loose pack on TCG Player, and then we take a percentage of the loose pack versus a pack in the booster box to see what that ratio comes out to. For a couple of these sets, like Unified Minds, the booster box price is way under what it's selling for. So I actually just used 745, I believe, or 750 for this calculation because that's what it's selling at on TCG Player. Same thing with Cosmic Eclipse. I just took an average of the last 3 sales, so it came out to like 925. So if you're looking at the TCG price and you look at these numbers and they're a bit off for a couple of the Sun and Moon sets, that is why. But everything else is just based on TCG Player data because we get enough sales volume that it is fairly accurate. So to start, obviously, Astral Radiance is up to 176.91. That gives us a booster box, a price per pack in a booster box of 487. Again, you're just taking the booster box price divided by 36, so 487. A loose pack is 365. So again, that comes out to about 75% ratio of loose pack versus booster box. Lost Origin, price from a booster box is a pack in a booster box is 587. A loose pack is 447. That's 76.1%. Chilling Reign 622 and 437 respectively. That's only 70.3%. Fusion Strike 671 in a booster box, 453 loose. That's 67.5%. Unified Minds $20.69 in a booster box, 2203 loose. That's 106.5%. Cosmic Eclipse 2569, 1733 loose. That is 67.5%. Team Up 6497 in a booster box, 5104 loose. That's 78.6%. And Evolving Skies 1910 in a booster box, 1264 loose gives us 66.2%. And yeah, I mean, you can go look at the data. I'm not going to bring it up for all of you guys just because if we go through all of them, it's kind of a bit boring. It's not super relevant either. One thing before I get into the data, I just want to note Chilling Reign is actually on the move now. I might do an entire video on this as well, but it's, basically we had sales today at $240, 238, 236. So this is almost that was yesterday, but basically almost a $240 booster box at this point. But to get into this data, the first time I made this video, a lot of these ratios were between 80 and 90%. So, and then when I did make that video on why I thought getting into Evolving Skies loose, trying to find loose stuff was a good idea, the ratio for Evolving Skies at the time was like 56, 57%, maybe a bit less, something like that. We're now up to 67.2, but a normal range was, for a lot of the sets, we covered a lot of them in that video, and it was between, 75 and 90, and a lot of them were between 80 and 90. So what this tells me right now is a lot of these booster boxes are still overpriced, like Astral Radiance, Lost Origin, Chilling Reign, Fusion Strike. And that's why I wouldn't be surprised why a lot of these sets start to go sideways for a few months, as we see, the price per pack come up. Once this ratio gets back between the 80 and 90%, that's when I expect there to be some type of move. And that's why I think Evolving Skies is still a bit far away from seeing another move in the booster box price, just because we're down here at 66.2% still. But you look at some of these like Unified Minds, right? 106.5%. If we bring up the booster box, this thing has been moving over the past few months. If we look at the year chart, it has been slowly moving up from a low in February. Well, not a low, obviously way back, but After the massive spike, it was up to around $670, came back down to around 635. Now it's back up to around 670, but it's selling, $750 essentially. So the graph is like actually way up here somewhere. But yeah, Unified Minds, and I think a lot of people are starting to realize this, right? Unified Minds is a set that seems like it's undervalued when we look at this value, right? So normally it wouldn't make sense for 36 loose packs to be worth more than a booster box, right? Because obviously people want to buy the booster box. There's a premium on booster boxes because it's sealed, less likely that it's been tampered with, etc. So, having this number be higher than this number is definitely an anomaly, and that tells me that Unified Minds is most likely undervalued. Also, the other things I can get from this, Fusion Strike is definitely overvalued at 67.5%. Evolving Skies is overvalued as well because it's under 70%. Same thing with Cosmic Eclipse. But again, you gotta understand too that sometimes these numbers are a bit wonky, like the loose pack price on TCG Player for some of these. But I imagine this number right here for Evolving Skies as well, the 1264, is probably going to come up in the near future. As you can see, over the past month or so, we've gone from like not even a month, right? We're at less than $11. We're now up to almost $13. Sales yesterday, $14 for a loose pack, $12, $12. So once this hits like $15, which I think is actually quite reasonable, like this growth seemed quite slow for a long time considering the pack price. And once Evolving Skies hit around $700, we have seen a large uptick. We're still way far behind from where we need to be, I think, in terms of loose pack price. But someone made a post on r/PokeInvesting the other day. Basically, all the products that had Evolving Skies on the Pokemon Center are sold out, including like the Zoroark collection box, which I thought was overvalued, but it's sold out. So a lot of the loose packs are gone. I know a lot of people are still finding, stuff in tins at Walmart, like the Tyranitar tins, I believe, and the Empoleon tins and stuff like that. But a lot of the loose packs are drying up. This number is going to come up drastically over the past couple months. Same thing with the Pokemon vending machines. Those, from my understanding, at least, where people have them, a lot of those aren't carrying Evolving Skies anymore, like the ETBs, the loose packs. So this number is going to come up rapidly. This number is going to be closer to 75-80%. I imagine within a couple months. Like, I really don't think it's going to take that long, considering a lot of the packs, loose packs, and products with loose packs are selling out. And at that point, Evolving Skies is going to see another move. So right now, I would imagine your best bet is something like a Unified Minds. I would definitely keep your eye on the booster box price. I wouldn't be surprised if this starts to move towards $800, because even at $750, right, it just seems like it's undervalued. Below that, it definitely seems look, it's either that or this is overvalued, right? But I think in reality, Unified Minds might be a bit undervalued at this price point, especially when you consider things like Cosmic Eclipse is pushing $900, $1,000. Team Up is, well over $2,000 as well. Not saying that Unified Minds is on the level of these sets, but, it's fairly close to Cosmic Eclipse, and, when you look at just the overall value difference right there. So that's one I would be keeping my eye on. Other than that, really not too much to go on, other than, again, I think that a lot of these Sword and Shield sets, like Fusion Strike, Chilling Reign, Lost Origin, Astral Radiance, they're probably a bit overpriced at the moment, or we're definitely going to see a slowdown in the growth that they have. And then, yeah, some people might turn back to Sun and Moon. Some people might just be picking up Evolving Skies. Like, I might be picking up some Evolving Skies, guys. It's a secret, but I'm telling you right now. So, yeah, that's basically the point of this video. Things like Unified Minds look undervalued right now, at least the booster box. Evolving Skies, keep an eye on this number, the single pack price, if you want to track it on TCG Player. Once this hits like $14, $15, or even, look, like yesterday there was a sale at $14. Really keep an eye on this. Once we see consistent sales in loose packs around that $14, $15 mark, that's kind of going to be my indicator that the booster box price may start moving. So that should be the takeaway from this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying this content, I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel. Kadabra evolves at 5K, so that would be, looking forward to that. Other than that, if you're buying on TCG Player, eBay, Hobbiesville, I have affiliate links if you want to support out the channel. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.